point, if you on Section 8 and you ain't got your shit together and you borrowing from people, you in the way. Because I feel like Section 8 should be for the disabled and the elderly. Not these people that got 2 hands, 2 feet, 10 toes, and 10 goddamn fingers, and eyes and arms and shit like me. Yeah, get your ass up and go get a goddamn job. Carry on.
No voy a pagar para montarme en la guagua, because me and this American dream, we're gonna have beef forever. I'm at the Section 8 office for my mom, and she's gonna tell me, you're not supposed to be here, it's supposed to be your mom. It's like, that's the whole point of me being her proxy, so she don't have to be here. Don't get me started on the stuff that y'all be doing to these senior citizens, coño, because I will never get over the fact that they be having senior citizens standing outside when they got all that space upstairs, talking about, you need to wait here if you don't have an appointment. It's like, I don't think they got that much time to, you know what? That's no here nor there. So then she's like, oh, your mom hasn't lived at that address long enough to request a transfer. She has to be there at least a year. It's like, transfer. Again, the whole point of a reasonable accommodation is so you can reasonably accommodate. So the fact that my mom has cancer, I don't have time to waste. No. So then she's like, okay, I'll submit the paperwork, but it...
Just in case you're on the mobile device, her caption says, I'm going to manifest my Section 8 voucher one way or the other.
Doesn't guarantee you can see, okay, but submit the paperwork. Do your one job. And then I'm there like, while I'm here, can you check my status? And she's going to tell me, oh, you need to make an appointment for yourself. What? I'm already here. Let me talk to your supervisor. I'm telling the supervisor, I've been waiting on the Section 8 voucher longer than them old people in the Willy Wonka bag. And then she going to be like, you don't look like you need Section 8. First of all, that's discrimination. That is discrimination.
Oh, no.
And you are judging my lifestyle. So you don't ever got to sell my pussy to pay rent. Coño. Give me my freaking voucher. I didn't get it today. Who I got to bribe? Yo, at one point, I'm filling out a form and I slip in a $20 bill. She's like, what is this for? So I'm like, you want more? He's like, just check the status. Just put yes. Contrale. I couldn't work at no government office. I would have been hooking everybody up. Coño. You get a voucher. You get a voucher. You get a voucher. Coño, lo más que hay dinero en este gobierno. Contrale, man. Who I gotta pay off? If anybody watches this and you work inside the Section 8 office, let's talk real quick.
Some people should really just be ashamed of themselves. I mean, listen. Funny enough, she tried to shame the woman who basically stated the obvious, which is you don't look like you need Section 8, like your mom maybe, but why are you applying for it? And then she's talking about, you don't know if I'm selling my pee or not. That would actually prove her point. That is a physical thing to do. That's a physical act. If you were doing that, that still proves the point that you're able-bodied. You could be working doing something. Why do you go straight to that is the question. Why won't you just go get a regular job is the question. Then she had the unmitigated gall to basically show that she does have money and she has very expendable money because you're saying you're in destitution, but it's nothing for you to come off this $20 just to check the status of your application real quick because you want to save some time. You're saying you need Section 8 and you're not even trying to save money. You're spending money so you can save your time. If that doesn't tell you everything you need to know, then I don't know what to tell you. Y'all, before we get into the next clip, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second and it actually helps out more than you know. It helps out more than you know. So if you could do that, I greatly appreciate it. But let's go ahead and get into the next clip.
In my earlier stages as a single mom, I had to get a 1-bedroom apartment that I shared with my daughter. And there was nothing more humbling than having 2 twin beds and 1 small bedroom. Now, at the time, rent was like $500, but I wasn't making that much either. So when I tried to apply for government assistance, food stamps, Section 8 housing, Medicaid, they said I made too much. And in order to qualify, I had to lower my income to meet their standards. That's when I knew then and there that I will never do that again. I will never have someone tell me that I have to lower myself in order to meet their requirements. As a single mom, I know when times get hard, we all need some type of help, some type of handout to get us to the next stage. But never let someone make you feel less than or make you feel like you have to dumb down on their level to be accepted. It's not going to work. For me, it didn't work. That was my motivation to, to say I'm no longer going to depend on the government to help me or anybody else. Because when times get tough, guess what, sis? You are the only one that can help you get yourself out. So, when it comes to having any type of money management system, learn it, use it, master it. If you like tips like this,
What is it?
Seconds, I felt so bad for her because she was literally crying, y'all. She was crying, and then I'm like, she didn't say anything, and then next thing you know, she been on.
Her caption says, "Lady been on Section 8 for 24 years." Oh, I gotta hear this.
On Section 8 for 24 years. She just seen what Trump is initially trying to do. I think it's supposed to take effect in 2026. So in 2026, they're saying the start of 2026, you get 2 years to be on Section 8. And after that, you can never get it again, basically. So,
Speaking to this, right? Ain't that ironic too? She been on it for 24 years already, and then in the next upcoming year, 2026 would make that 25 years. On her 25th anniversary, she's going to be ineligible. Now, which is ironic, and which is probably divine intervention at this point. Now, she's right. It is a proposal to move to the 2-year rule, and I believe they are supposed to make some type of decision or make some type of leeway on it and get some direction by May. I believe it is May when they are going to actually have a lot more clear direction as far as where they're going to go, whether they're going to go with it or whether they're not going to go with it. So it's right around the corner. And when it goes into effect, she will automatically, I believe, be deemed ineligible at that point because she would have been on it for 25 years already. And a lot of people. So if you've been seeing a lot of evictions and a lot of people stuff out on the street now, imagine what's going to happen as soon as that rule goes into effect.
she pretty much was crying and all of that. But y'all, why she say she been on Section 8 for 24 years? She literally was like, I've been on this since I was 18 years old. I'm a single mom. I've, raised all my kids. She was like, I got 3 left. She was like,
I was about to say you were a single mom. Now she's talking about she got 3 left. It's been 24 years, 25 years, and you got some new fresh ones.
I'm in my 40s. Yeah, he just think it's so easy. She was like, he just think it's so easy for us to just pick up and just get a new career and this her and that. Because she's a single mom, my heart goes out to her. But 2 years, and then a lot of people was asking in the comments, like, half was like they agree with what Trump said and the other half don't. So I'm gonna leave this here. I do not agree with 99% of what that orange ass man said. That ain't my president. I didn't vote for that bitch. I voted for the opposite side. But I will say this. On this particular topic, I'm with him 60-40. And the only reason why I say that is because he said 2 years. I think they should give people longer than that. Me and my husband literally was just talking about this like a week ago. And my husband was like, they should give them, I think he said 3 years. 3 years to get their shit together, and then they got to get off of it. I don't personally agree with 3 years.
Ma'am, just be honest and say you agree 100%. She trying to still split hairs to basically show that she doesn't like Trump or whatever. Ma'am, if you agree on something, you don't have to do all these disclaimers and all this. But it's because she knows people are going to come for her if she seems in alignment with what they're not in alignment with, which you shouldn't care about those people because they clearly don't care about you if they'll turn on you just because of your beliefs and what you like and your interests. It would actually be a blessing to just go ahead and get them to expose themselves so that you can actually know where things really stand.
I think he said 3 or 4. Don't quote me on it. But I said longer than what he said. I said I think it should be 5 because initially to go back to school, if you want to go back to school or go get a trade. Now, if you go get take a trade and this and that, of course it's going to be less of the time to find something that you actually want to do. But if you want to go back to school, then I say give them 5 years because 4 years initially to go to school, actually get the degree, and then 1 extra year after they get done with their degree to actually find something in their career path that they went for, to be able to start actually making a life for themselves. So that's why I said I feel like 5 years is a good ample amount of time for anybody to be on Section 8. You should be able to save up, do everything you need to do. And the lady, I'm like, she's literally crying to me. She's been on there 24 years. You are one of the reasons why he trying to do this stupid ass shit. It's because people don't typically get on Section 8 or housing and food stamps and all. People don't typically get on Section 8 and stuff like that. Get the resources that they're giving you. Save your money. Like, after a few years on that, you should be able to buy you a house. Whether it's a small house, a big house, however you want. You should be able to save, or if not, buy you a house, because everybody don't want to be homeowners. You should be able to at least save your money, branch out on your own.
I think she's a logical person. I think that she doesn't want to be attacked. So she's being very strategic with what she's saying. But she mentioned she had a husband. Typically, what you'll find, the women that have husbands, man, they got some logic to where they can be in reality, right? So I think she's just kind of skirting around it. Here's the thing that I want to point out, though. Why she have to go straight from Section 8 and buy a house? It's like, it's either hot or cold. It can never just be lukewarm. Your next step after Section 8, in my opinion, especially if you're by yourself, like like regardless, should be a studio apartment, 1-bedroom apartment, 2-bedroom apartment. Why are you trying to buy a house and immediately go get overhead? There's no way you were able to save if you just came out of destitution. So you would be having a house and you would have a lot of overhead and a lot of debt immediately. I don't think that that's smart. But a lot of times, like the ladies' philosophy is just you go straight from ground zero to the mountaintop. And there's never a gradual process. It's just hot or cold, like I said, from 0 to 100. No, she needs to be at 50, maybe even 30. She doesn't need to go straight from 0 to 100 immediately and go get a house.
Have savings if something goes wrong or whatever. Get a job and financially take care of you and your kids. So I agree with some of it, but I don't physically agree with all of it. And she literally, when I say she was crying, she was crying. And I'm like, 24 years is a long time. But then when you go to her page, and I'm like, I don't want to judge God on that. I don't want to judge. But then when you go to her page, you see she taking extravagant trips, and she's been out the country. Last year, 2024 alone, she went out the country like 3 times. Then when you look on there, you see all these shopping sprees, nails, wigs.
Oh, wow.
That shit expensive, baby. I'm a woman. I know. Wigs, that shit is expensive. Eyelash set, oh, this, woo woo. But you telling me you're crying on here. Literally, you can't afford to pay your rent on your own. But you can afford to go out the country 2-3 times a year. The average working person, the average
2 or 3 times a
household
year
cannot afford to go
8?
out of town 3-4 times a year, let alone out the country. So you're telling me you can afford that. You can afford all this different stuff. You can afford standing in line to get Jordans and all these different stuff, but you can't afford your rent wherever you're staying by yourself. No. That is the reason why they're sitting here saying that.
And then she's crying. You would have thought that she was crying because of the fact that, oh no, if I don't have this, I'm going to lose everything. I'm going to be on the streets. No, she's crying because her lifestyle is about to change and she's not going to be able to go to Santorini next year. That's why she's crying. Really think about this. Picture this. She's been on Section 8 for 24 years. The first 18 years of your life, you're taken care of. I'm giving her the bare minimum because most people are taken care of much longer than that. But I'm going to just say 18 years. So the first 18 years of your life, you're taken care of. Then you get taken care of another 24. So for almost half a decade of your life, you haven't had to take any responsibility, any autonomy over your life, but you've been able to be out here making all these reckless decisions that other people had to be responsible for the entire time. I think that's amazing. And then to still not be grateful about it and still feel like you were entitled to longer. I think, like this woman said, that shows the problem. And that's why we're having these things. Because, see, when people just do the ethical thing, the moral thing, we don't have to regulate things so hard because people can just do the right thing and then it can just kind of flow how it should. But see, when people realize that they can take advantage of something and capitalize on something, then when it gets too out of hand, because if it's just a few people doing it, then it can be okay, especially if they keep it to themselves and just get over where nobody knows. But see, people coming on here bragging, they're known Section 8 tenants, but yet, like she said, they're taking 3 trips a year and you can see it. They're posting it on Instagram. And so what did you think was going to happen?
Good afternoon, guys. So I'm making this video because I see a lot of people asking me what are the penalties on not reporting your income. So when they go investigate and they contact your job, they're gonna ask them when you started working, right? So 30 days after you started working, you're gonna get charged backup rent. So you're gonna go owe all that backup rent, meaning they're going to take you to court, an eviction notice, right? So yeah, you could go apply for a one-shot deal, or you could report your income, because that's obviously what you have to do. You could also get charged with fraud and get a fine up to $100,000, and you could also lose your Section 8. So think smart. Bye bye.
Exactly. People like to try to get those applications and they just try to put anything on there. And they don't report income. They don't report if they're making money on social media, if they're doing their GoFundMe and they're begging, all that type of stuff. They don't report it. And they think they can't come back to bite them. There's a term, it's called clawback. The government can claw that money back with interest, as well as, like she said, they can give you fines and penalties. And if they really just want to do you dirty, they can charge you federally with a felony, a fraud. And by the way, just because you did a white collar crime doesn't mean you're not going to be in prison with all the violent people. It happens all the time. So think wisely, choose wisely before you do something silly.
I'm going to show y'all the pictures how I'm living. I'm going to just get so honest. So I know anybody on Section 8 going to see how I'm living and know ain't no fucking way this place supposed to get approved. So they better take the little fucking dirty money they getting from from Section 8 and call that rent. Yeah, they don't need my part. What they need my part for? They don't deserve the part they getting from Section 8. But I'm telling you what I believe. I don't believe I'm on no Section 8. They got somebody living under my Section 8. And it ain't me. I believe they issuing me my own money out to me and making it look like a Social Security check.
What?
Now that's what I believe. Because wouldn't it make sense if they saying I can't take care of myself, then that mean they must supposed to be taking care of me. And if that's the case, they ain't been paying my lights, my gas, or my rent. Why should I have to pay? They should pay for it, right? Let's make it make sense, people. 1 + 1 is 2, fool. So where is the money? So that means when Steve White was coming to pick me up and taking me shopping, he was taking me shopping with my own fucking money. That's why when I would thank him, he'd say, no, thank you. That's why he would say that. Because it was my money he was spending on me.
We were only halfway done. Did y'all want to keep watching that? She said, I believe they giving me Social Security and just giving me my own money. How did you make something right still sound wrong? That is what happens. That's what you paid into it, now you're getting it back in your elder years. That is correct, but the way you said it, now I'm questioning it. We're not gonna finish that. She's just out of her mind.
Because people trying to evict my mama, and we gotta get out of this house right now. We just moved out of the house. I'm gonna show you.
Okay, y'all, so I'm gonna tell y'all what really happened. Y'all just had Carson's point of view. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna break it down. It's gonna be multiple parts, but it's gonna be part 2 of what really happened. Okay, y'all.
Because people trying to evict my mama, and we gotta get out of this house right now. We just moved out of the house. I'm gonna show you.
Okay, y'all, so I'm gonna tell y'all what really happened. Y'all just had Carson's point of view. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna break it down. It's gonna be multiple parts, but it's gonna be part 2 of what really happened. Okay, y'all. So I had found this house on Zillow.
I didn't speed this up. I don't know why she has it on this speed. I prefer things on this type of speed though. So
through this company called American Avenue. If you see this company, haul ass. Don't rent from them. I don't care how good the houses look, because that's how they got me. Okay? So I saw the house, I went and viewed the house, and I ended up paying a whole fee, and I signed my lease in April of 2024. So which I'm thinking is just a new start for me and my daughter. Like, we got us a stable house and all that stuff. Thinking everything cool and all, right? But I just didn't know what I was walking into. First red flag. So the day I moved in, one of the maintenance men pulled up to the house, and he had on a shirt with the American Avenue logo. And he was asking me what my name was. And he was like, he was just making sure I was the right tenant, because people find the house online and they'll move their stuff in, and it's not really, you know what I mean? He telling me what I'm saying. So that was the first red flag. So I was talking to my friend, I'm like, something don't seem right. But I'm still trying to think positive, because, you know what I'm saying? I got a roof over my head. It's a house. I was just staying in an apartment. I needed a house with all the stuff that I had and all that stuff. And in my defense, I'm not used to this, because when I was in the military, they handled all this for me. Like, they found me a house. You know what I mean? So, cool. Before the rent man left, I was telling him that, you know, like when you move into a house, they make you do a walkthrough, and you got to put like what's wrong, so that when you move out, they don't fault you.
Mhm.
So it was a form online for me to fill out, but there was nowhere for me to submit it, and there was no phone number. Like, you cannot talk to nobody. Everything was through this portal, and he told me right then before he left, like, go through the portal, go through the portal. So I mean, that was second red flag. Still not thinking nothing of it. So I mean, just trying to think positive. So every time something was wrong with the house, I went through the portal. First thing I said something about the carpet, and they came and had the carpet pulled. Cool. So when I put in another maintenance request for them to come fix something else, the maintenance man came one day, and he started having a conversation with me. And based off the first conversation, I was like, what? So y'all, I was just outside trying to put this grill and this damn grill thing together, right? The maintenance man came over here. We started having a conversation, and he was like, I misjudged you the first time I came over here. I was like, oh, she pretty, this and this and this and that. But he said, I ain't think you were that smart. So I'm like, like, where the fuck they even came from? The nigga even said some shit like, how the fuck she pay her bill? Who paying her bills? Me, nigga. Yeah, so everything that was going wrong in the house when I first moved in, it was like minor things. It was like things that I felt like could be fixed, or if maintenance couldn't do it, I had my friend's mom, and I was having people come over there to help me out or whatever. Like, I don't live in way worse conditions than this, so, and I'm not no bougie motherfucker, so I'm still not thinking nothing of it. But then the winter time came, and I went to try to turn the heat on and realized the heat didn't work. So I put in a maintenance request, and they told me basically nobody was coming out. So I refused to pay rent in December. So
oh no.
After me refusing to pay rent, they sent a maintenance man out, and that's when it led to this issue. You see what I'm saying? But You gonna have to come back. That's gonna be a part 3, cause yeah.
Okay, we'll watch part 3. I'm curious because I'm thinking she's getting evicted or something. First off, thank her for her service, and because she said she was in the military. But yeah, that wasn't the right thing to do. Now it sounds like it's just people judging her or whatever. Which, I mean, she's got holes in her face and stuff, and she looks young. They probably don't know, like, she knows what she's doing and talking about. She's former military, all that good stuff. But you can't really worry about stuff like that. Like, you can't worry about stuff like that. Just people gonna judge. It is what it is. Just live your life and get your outcomes. Who cares, right? But let's go ahead and see this other clip and wrap it up for the day.
Okay, I'm back. So boom, maintenance man comes back and he tells me that the reason my heat wasn't working was because the gas wasn't turned on. Mind you, when I first moved here, they told me I had to have all utilities turned over in my name. Mind you, gas wasn't included in that. So I was like, when were y'all gonna tell me that this house had gas? No one told me that. Okay, so he just told me to call the gas company, had the gas set up, and that my heat would start working. I wasn't gonna do that. I was gonna go get me some heaters. But a couple days went by and the gas company came and they told me they was there. I sent them off. I told them to go. No, I'm only going for that, right? So he told me if he was coming there, that means somebody had put some money down and I wouldn't be responsible. And that it was gonna get real, real cold. Mind you, me and my baby is in here heating this house up with the oven. You know what I'm saying? So I let him turn the gas on, and then, which was in December of 2024, right? April comes, time for me to renew my lease. I renewed the lease in April. May, they hit me with a $1,000 gas bill. We had a whole bunch of late fees on it. So I'm like, what's this? You know what I'm saying? And every time I try to get somebody on the phone, nobody will speak to me. So it's horrible communication all around the board with this company, right? But they'll call you to get your money. So I'm like, no, I'm not going for that. Mind you, this gas bill is not in my name. It's under their LLC. I'm good, right? So, okay, I'm back.
That's interesting.
Maintenance man comes back and he tells me that the reason my heat wasn't working was because the gas wasn't turned on. Mind you, when I first moved here, they told me I had to have all utilities turned over in my name. Mind you, gas wasn't included in that. So I was like, when were y'all gonna tell me that this house had gas? No one told me that. Okay, so he just told me to call the gas company, had the gas set up, and that my heat would start working. I wasn't gonna do that. I was gonna go get me some heaters. But a couple days went by and the gas company came and they told me they was there. I sent them off. I told them to go. No, I'm only going for that, right? So he told me if he was coming there, that means somebody had put some money down and I wouldn't be responsible. And that it was gonna get real, real cold. Mind you, me and my baby is in here heating this house up with the oven. You know what I'm saying? So I let him turn the gas on, and then, which was in December of 2024, right? April comes, time for me to renew my lease. I renewed the lease in April. May, they hit me with a $1,000 gas bill. We had a whole bunch of late fees on it. So I'm like, what's this? You know what I'm saying? And every time I try to get somebody on the phone, nobody will speak to me. So it's horrible communication all around the board with this company, right? But they'll call you to get your money. So I'm like, no, I'm not going for that. Mind you, this gas bill is not in my name. It's under their LLC. I'm good, right? So.
Nah, that's crazy. It sounds like they made a mistake. They didn't tell her about that. Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild. It sucks that you gotta like try to deal with stuff like that they're trying to put on you that ultimately doesn't have nothing to do with you. And they try to scare you with these lawyers and all this type of stuff. They make mistakes, they get things wrong all the time. And so you gotta be watching out for that. But yeah, we're gonna leave it there for the day. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second. It actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video, hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button, then it shows the points. And since I am a smaller content creator and it's designed for smaller content creators, we actually get more points per hype. And also Patreon's link below if you want to see self-improvement content as well. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video.